YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. This episode is going to be pretty bad in terms of the way it ends, so I've decided to make it fun. I'm going to splice in a few clips of me making this a little more lively. No computers were harmed in this process, and at the end, yes, the Austria campaign will continue. This is for us to just have a little fun after a few frustrating episodes, and then I've actually been playing the campaign, some of my own, and I will be able to show you the right way to beat this. So hang in there and I'll show you that. And special thanks to Mrs. there for being the camera woman for some of the upcoming scenes. Enjoy the episode, and I will see you back tomorrow on episode 6. Carthage back in Napoleon Total War. We have to try and defend against this stack of French troops here. Let's go ahead. You're defending, so we're going to go ahead. I like how it says you're defending, but then the button you click on says attack. Shouldn't it say defend in that case? Really, we don't get a town to defend in either, even though we're in one. Maybe it's because we were in that little bitty settlement. That's probably why there's nothing here rather than the actual proper town. The French do not have any artillery, which I think is going to be a big weakness for them. Trying to see. I don't want them to be able to use that forest for any cover. So here's what I'm thinking we do. All my cavalry is pretty damaged, unfortunately. We're going to have to spread out all of our line infantry, including grenadiers, as wide as possible. Except, let's do this. I want my cannons. Let's do there. I want my cannons here in the center to just unload canister shot and try and snipe the enemy general. What is this, a Grenzer? Over here we got Grenzers. Let's put these guys in light infantry doctrine and spread them as wide as possible here. There's some logs or something preventing me from deploying the way I want right there. It's kind of irritating. General, just kind of put him safe back behind this hill. Let's have cavalry ready, and then we've got these Jaegers, again, light infantry doctrine. Let them take some long-range shots there, and that leaves our guys to hopefully not be slaughtered by our own cannons, which I have done previously by mistake in some of these. So let's start the deployment, and because the French lack artillery, this should give me a good opportunity to try and kill some of their cavalry, which tend to be a bit easier targets. Their line infantry have some chevrons, though, and are going to be considerably better than my men. So we're going to need to use our cavalry effectively against their line infantry. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and immediately start firing on their horse. Actually, let's fire at this one. Well, we can't reach that one. Just fire at that one that's closer. Well, actually, we did. Didn't hit anything, but yeah, go ahead and fire here. There we go. I want to wreck as many of their cavalry as we can because that'll take some tools away from them. Those missed shots actually tore up that. So we can punish the French pretty badly for not having artillery here, I think. I'm going to fast forward just a bit. And if their cavalry rushes forward, it's going to get hosed by my Grenzers. It looks like my missed cannon shots are actually doing a pretty good number on their guys here. Their general, I'm going to target him now. This unit's pretty much wrecked. And it's going to rout. Let's check lines of sight. Lines of sight right here are actually quite poor. That's not good. Means my guys are going to be shooting into the dirt. That's really not good, actually. We need to fall back. This wall is screwing up my deployment. We need to fall back quite a bit, actually, so that line of sight isn't out of whack. Otherwise, the French are going to be able to use that to kind of an advantage. There we go. Their general is taking some good hits. We got their one cavalry unit off the field. With their cavalry units off the field, that's going to give me a huge advantage. I'm going to actually limber my artillery. Okay, we got their general. fold these units in. Should have decent line of sight there. Definitely want to keep my cavalry alive if possible. Let's move our cannons back to that position. Okay, this cavalry unit's now wanting to get up on my flank. This Grenzer has its deployment kind of screwed up. I'm going to use this Grenzer to protect my flank from the French cavalry. I'm going to move my artillery back. Their one cavalry unit has regrouped. I'm going to go ahead and try and kill more of their cavalry. This one's way out on my flank now, and the best way to counter it is with the light infantry that outranges it. Countering it with my own cavalry would be kind of suicidal. And then we can use canister shot when the French troops are close enough. Okay. My artillery pieces are almost set. We can open fire on the French again. Actually, I may ignore their cavalry because it's rather weak at this point, and just see if I can target down some of their line infantry in the center. That one's down to 112, 117. I mean, wouldn't hurt me to do some damage to these guys. Let's unlimber. Hoping the morale of the French troops can be broken with relative ease. And I want to try and use my cavalry to good effect. Like, I'm going to go ahead and put some cavalry out here. Do the same thing here. Okay, my cannons. Getting some nice shots. Yeah, that's not a good place for my general to be. Let's... All of our cannon shots are just hitting the ground at the moment. The French light horse is going to get shot to bits. I'm surprised it survived that long. And then same thing over here, it's going to get shot to bits. Let's switch to canister shot, cease fire, turn on fire at will. Okay, the French infantry is trying to target my cavalry. And they're trying to ignore me over here, so I'm going to move up on this flank. I'm going to pull back so that they have to come within line of my line infantry. Their cavalry over here is getting somewhat wrecked, but not enough wrecked. Hopefully we can finish them off. Their morale is somewhat poor at the moment. My cannons are unloading a ton of canister shot over there, so that is good news. Let's pull these guys back. Off fire at will, because I'm going to be hurting my own men. You can move back forward now, actually. Fire at will. So our cavalry broke through over here. Run over here. Okay, you can come back. Fire at will. Move to outflank. Cavalry mobbed that line infantry. The canister shot is destroying the French in the center. Getting some very nice kills here. Okay, French line infantry is buckling on this flank, so we need to push. Start chasing the routing units. Should be getting all kinds of nice shots here. These guys are in light infantry doctrine, so they should be able to stand in front of my own troops. Not die. The artillery was crucial here.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I'm actually going to cease fire with the cannons, and I am going to run down a whole bunch of these French troops. There we go. Ceased fire with all those guys. Let's hunt down that main ball. Send our general out here after these line infantry. Don't let this one get away either. Want to kill as many of these guys as we can. I'm going to fast forward while that's going on. Really want to kill the French army.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Yeah, well, if our general dies killing routing troops, then I don't have a lot of sympathies for him. This ought to help get some chevrons for our cavalry as well. Let's go ahead and hit play and just kind of see how we're doing. We've gotten pretty much all these units. Let's see, start chasing that group. Still quite a few men left in that one. Alright, let's fast forward. The more of these French line infantry we kill, the better. Really will be helpful. Alright. Yeah, and we've got some nice chevrons going, and that should be the end of the French troops
men are fatigued,
for the
sir,
most
must
part.
rest a while.
How many are here? Go kill those 19 guys. They're spread off all over the map. That's good enough. Let's go ahead and quit the battle. So that's a decisive victory, much needed there too. There's way too many French armies all over the place. But that completely destroyed that French army, which is kind of key. We're just going to have to get a lot of victories like that, and the French have already moved more troops forward. Prussia wants me to join their war against Saxony.
Did the Prussians really just ask me to join their war? Join their war with all this crap I got going on. Is the AI serious? I got an idea. How about I join this knife to their skull? I like that idea. Is that option in diplomacy? Unfortunately,
Give
not.
me the technology of public shooting in a single payment. I can't join any more wars right now, Prussia. I apologize. Really can't. Saxony has a border with me. Russia is zero help right now. Like, they just will not engage the French in any useful way whatsoever. We got another gentleman that we can put to use here. Send him to the college. That's a very small French force there. The problem is that this French force is now behind our lines, and there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. We can demand their surrender here and reoccupy this settlement. I don't even have enough money to repair it at the moment. This army doesn't have much choice but to start falling back towards Venice to help protect it from this French force, which has to be defeated. So it just is what it is. We may lose the Balkans, and if I have to sacrifice the Balkans, that's gonna have to be what happens here. Don't really know what else we can do at the moment, but with some of these key victories, again, hopefully we can start to build up some resistance against our enemies. Really wish... I can't tell... Looks like Prague is still under the control of France. Prussia has not moved in to give me any assistance. Russia will not push forward to give me any assistance. Of course, I did not assist Prussia either. Great! One of our generals got killed. That is precisely what we needed. Alright. This army must be sent over here so we can defend Venice. The Balkans are probably just going to fall. Is there some reason? Bankrupt. Excellent. So we're bankrupt, which means I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have no money, and we can't... I'm going to have to try and get back over here and see if we can recapture Prague, though there could still be a substantial force there. Good. We're bankrupt. Nice. Wow, they have such a crap economy on this game. Look at Prussia standing back there with all the forces in the world to help me with France, and they don't. So it looks like Russia here is going to reinforce me. Or Russia attacks, and I can reinforce them against the Kingdom of Italy. I'm going to auto-resolve.
Really? A small Italian army comes in and defeats my larger army combined with the Russian army. Because the AI hadn't treated me well enough so far. We needed this. Have y'all ever seen that scene from The Patriot where he goes crazy with the tomahawk? That's where I'm going next.
Gave the Italians the victory. It did. Great. Even though they had no realistic chance of winning that, it gave them the victory. Very good. We are actually making a bit of money at the moment. I do mean a very little. Napoleon is still here. I'm going to besiege him, see if he will attack me so I can kill him. The French have already mustered a huge number of men over here. I'm barely making any money. And pretty soon Bavaria is going to fall, and then this is going to fall because of the Russians' failed attempt apparently against this incredible army of Italy. This kind of seems like a bit of a hopeless situation here. I'm being attacked endlessly, and I just do not have the resources to fight back. I don't see any realistic way. Yeah, this is over.
Well, when it comes to this point, there's only one course of action that can be taken. There is one reliable way to deal with an unruly AI that ticks you off too much, and that would be a 1 1/8 ounce deer slug from a 12 gauge cell. So let's get ready for that. It's time to take out the trash. Napoleon, Ottomans, Prussians, Russians, all of them, for that matter anybody, they all have one weakness, and it's a shotgun slug. So I'm going to take care of this, and I will see you back on the new episode once we've cleaned up the mess, and we'll do things right the next time. See you then.